Hi, Becky Vidal here with Stark and Associates Sandler Training. I'd like to talk with you this morning about questioning skills. A lot of times from the people that I coach, I get questions on how can I improve my questioning skills? How can I get to be a better qualifier? And there's no surprise there because there's a direct relationship between your questioning skills and asking good questions and closing business. So a lot of us have our standard qualifying questions that we go through to find pain. We call it the pain funnel at Sandler. And it really is about getting to a good technique that comes across as genuine and trusting with a lot of empathy. But what do we do when we get a question from a prospect? Rather than just answer the question, it's really our job as salespeople to get behind the why of that question. Why did they ask that question? Why is it important? Because it's going to help us just get better at qualifying. So let me give you an example. Many of us receive this question from our prospect at one time or another in our career, if not all the time. Tell me about your experience in our industry. So I think our initial reaction is to tell them all of the experience that we have in their industry because that's why they're asking it. They want to know that we have experience there. When in fact, many times it could be something different. It could be, one, I don't want someone who's working with my competitor down the street. That's why I'm asking the question. I want to know if you've worked with my competitor down the street. Or it could be that I don't want anyone with industry experience. I want a fresh look. I want fresh ideas. Or it could simply be they're throwing out a smokescreen to you. So it's your job as a salesperson to get behind the why, and we call that reversing. Reversing is asking a question after you've gotten a question from your prospect. So in this example, I might say, well, I get that question a lot. Can you tell me why that's important to you? It just digs a little bit deeper. I might ask another follow-up question. And what does that mean to you? So don't just leave it at the surface when you get a question because your initial reaction is to answer it. It's human nature. I would challenge you to get really good at reversing and asking a question when you receive a question.